All right, welcome y'all to the Reality or Not podcast with your boy DJ Reality and your boy Brian Clancy from Nothing New Under the Sun. What's good with you, Brian?
Hey man, nothing much. I'm just highly blessed and impressed with the life God gave me, man. So I'm running and gunning. What about yourself?
Man, I'm feeling pretty good, man. Energy is up. I'm off the drugs. After the surgery, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm out here. I'm doing it. I feel good.
Off
So,
the prescribed drugs,
oh yeah,
right?
the prescribed drugs. Yeah, not the meth or anything like that. That's the white people, the low income drugs. Like I'm on the higher end, the ones that they get addicted to, the promethazines and the gabapentin and all that stuff. But it's funny. I was talking to somebody. I was like, man, I don't even know how people can. And like I said, everybody got their own pains that they're dealing with and stuff like that. But I was like, how do people operate with this stuff in their system? Like as an addiction, I'm like, I can't, like, not that the drugs were like taking me, where I was uncomfortable, because it was helping with the pain. So it was really more so focused with the pain, with the neck recovery and all that stuff like that. But it was just like, I was like, damn, I don't want to ever mentally not be there. Like I remember when I was watching this interview with what's dude from LA, not Earth Gang, what's that nigga name? He still be coming out with stuff. Whatever.
Tyler, the Creator.
Tyler, the Creator. Yeah, he was talking about like how he's never done drugs or drink alcohol, and I know you don't either. But he was just saying how he don't ever want to be in a position where he's making a decision and it's not and he's making it based off of being under the influence and stuff like that. I was like, oh, that's an interesting way of thinking about it, because he's rich, he's famous, been doing music damn near almost 20 years now. I think around 2008, 2009, so almost 20 years. And for him to just not have to, succumb to anything within the industry is just like, free drinks or your drugs of your choice, being famous and stuff like that. It's just, I mean, it's not weird, but it's just, it's very, like, I wouldn't think of too many artists that would be in that position to be like, well, I haven't ever done this, or I haven't,
See, what's weird to me is like, and I'm gonna slide this right into what happened this week with Puffy. Like, what's weird for me is for Puffy to do drugs and be on drugs that heavy to where him not knowing what he doing, and that whole him pushing drugs. I never thought Puffy would push drugs, but I think like he was like, yo, bring drugs, and they was like, yo, I can make some money, so they brought drugs that they could sell too, right?
Yeah.
But like, the number one, like Biggie 10 crack commandments, what's the number one rule?
Yeah, don't get high on your own shit.
Yeah.
But it's funny, it's crazy to me that, like, so with the whole Puffy thing, right? And like I said, I'm never gonna say somebody's not responsible, but at the same time, as an adult, whatever, because they essentially got Puff on the trafficking. Person. Yeah, the taking people across state lines and stuff, the prostitution, the stuff that they, like, niggas be flying chicks out, what I'm saying? And that's essentially the crime. Like, they flying them out and then having sex with them, right? Because I fly you out, I'm gonna take care of all your stuff. But Puffy was just doing it on a higher level, and they couldn't really get him on anything else, so they got him on that. And it's just like, one of the things that I was talking to a friend yesterday, and they were saying, well, I hope I like 5 years or whatever time isn't enough. And I was telling them, I was like, man, I don't want nobody, no matter what they did, to be locked under the jail. I don't want I don't want them, like it might go as crazy as pedophiles and rapists and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't like that shit. But anything else, man, like, because it ruins your life. Like, it's a death sentence, literally, just for you to be able to try to redeem yourself within society. Now, if you do something extreme, like you're killing people and stuff, of course, but stuff like that. And honestly, I don't even think he's going. I mean, I think he got 14 months time served, and then 5 years. Oh no, 4 years, 2 months.
2 months. Yeah, 50 months.
So essentially, he's going to have to do 30 years. I mean, 30 years, 3 years. So that'd be crazy, 30 years. But all that being said, he probably end up getting less time for that, because it's a crime that most people don't go to prison for. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's one. So even the Mann Act, which is named after the white slave trafficking act, is really what it is, right? Mm-hmm. That's what he got convicted of. And I mean, if you really look into it, like, the Mann Act was because this boxer was was going. He was whooping ass and going into towns and flaunting him coming into towns and getting these white women, right?
Damn, I didn't know that. I mean, but think about it like this: you rich and you famous. You be like, hey, look, instead of having to worry about local or whatever or getting in trouble for that, you like, well, I fly in the ones I know and keep it good. Like the one, what was that dude? I forget, he had a crazy ass nickname. I can't think of his name. One of the dudes that was having sex
the
with
Hammer
Rihanna
or something. Yeah,
he had a crazy name, and it was just like he was saying, like, it wasn't no. I mean, and that's they painted a crazy picture of Puff, which got him the time. Like it was.
See, that's why I disagree with you. He painted a crazy picture of himself.
No,
right?
No. This is what I'm saying. If these are the charges that you're going to be charged on, the things that they're using against him has nothing to do with those crimes.
Yeah, well,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
and I
like
agree
the Cassie
with you.
tape, all that stuff that has nothing to do.
And this is what I understand from reading about it and hearing it on my from the NPR and stuff, is that like they take in the fact your character flaws into sentencing. So like I think he was pretty much damned because of what I mean, because the judge was heard most of it, heard all of it, right? And so again, he was convicted of being an asshole. Basically,
so that's the point I'm saying. Like, you could be a douche, you could be a fucked up nigga, but I mean, for somebody on a first time offense, I mean, we're trying to operate within the laws of the government, right? And on a first time offense, like, even, like, not to say, I mean, I'm not going to commit a crime, but most of the time within criminal things, like if you get pulled over, like, oh, this is your first time getting pulled over, we just go give you a ticket or a citation, or we just go tell you to go. You know what I'm saying? You get pulled over multiple times, or we see you got multiple misdemeanors or felonies and stuff like that. Of course, crimes are going to be a little bit more harsher on you, but he doesn't have any. It's just literally based off of the word of the prosecutor and the people that they interviewed.
Yeah, but then they also used the other run-ins with the law that he had, and you could go back with the Shine thing and J-Lo thing, and you can go back with the.
He didn't get caught. He didn't get accused of that though. That's
he was. I mean, they tried. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, they can throw all that stuff in there according to sentencing, but
I know they could paint you like a terrible person. Period. I'm not denying that. What I'm saying is the fact that it, like, all of that stuff was taken into account, and it didn't matter what the real
charges were, right?
Yeah.
What he was actually convicted of.
I mean, people talk about, like, oh, he's despicable, da da da. I'm like, well, he could be a despicable person, but like,
I am of the nature of you. If you feel like you want somebody to be in jail, like you want, and I'm saying this, like, I know people be like, yo, people murder people, rape people, and stuff like that. Like, those people deserve what they get. But for a person that didn't actually rape anybody or kill anybody, or like for you to be wishing bad on them, and like, to me, I don't think that, even like, to me, if you murder my daughter, let them out. It's cool, let them out. I'll get them. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's premeditated, Brian.
It is. But it's some things you just got to pay for in life, right? And
like, Time to Kill. Like, Time to Kill. When that shit happened, that movie, I was like, get him. Like, that's just how I felt about it. And granted, I knew if I was in that same situation, and the fact that they got off and all that stuff, I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, they got to get got. I mean, I'm totally with it. You know, but I never wish that on somebody. Like, I just don't want nobody. I don't want nobody to. I want people to be able to figure out their life, because technically, if they just imagine somebody gets in, I'll just say something extreme like rape or murder, stuff like that. Somebody gets out on a technicality, they don't. They get out on this technicality. They don't have the ability to get a job, or I want to say go to school, but they can figure out like all that stuff. But they got to put on a resume that, or on a application, hey, I was committed of a felony and all that stuff, which means, and this goes to all level of criminals, from like within felonies, that they put that on there. They're not getting an opportunity now what are they going to do? They're going to go back to the felonious things that they were doing before. Like, okay, I got to murder you to eat, or I got to murder you to do this, or I got to rob you to do this, or I got to, this is all I know. You're not giving me the opportunity. Hell, I have a hard time, within the job market, let alone somebody, and I ain't got no felons, what I'm saying? So just imagine what a felon is going through. I can't remember who it was, but he was somebody who we went to school with. But I remember he posted on Facebook, he was like, I finally got my felony removed. And I was like, God damn, like that shit was 20. And the thing is, there's ways to, like, you can get a lawyer, and I think it's maybe $2,000 to $5,000, but they can work on it to get your felony off of your record, or to get it expunged.
Back home in Michigan, they got workshops that you can go to, and then they actually are actively doing it. I think Governor Gretchen she initially was a proponent of getting that, because like I have been a victim of not being able to get a job because of my record. That be credit, like you got, and you'd be like, man, I got hired in and they let me go a week later. They was like, hey, you've been to court in this, you working for a credit card company, and you got, I was like, wait, first of all, you know what I'm saying? I'm working for a credit card processing company, but I needed the money to work. So and I've been working the job. So now all of a sudden you're going to change it. But there is a process in Michigan to go through where you can get it without paying a lot of money, and without doing, it is some money, but it's like if you go to one of the workshops, you can get it basically for free. But it's got to be at least 10 years old or something like that. But and it can only be
look, you're talking 10 years old, and you still, like, I can't remember who it was.
Still paying for it. Yeah.
I remember I can't remember. Might have been Latrell Weaver. I can't remember. It was somebody that we went to school with, and they were saying after 14 years, they finally got their felony removed.
Oh yeah, I can believe it.
I'm like, God damn. I mean, can you imagine, what I'm saying? But just imagine you come out of prison, you done did 5, 10, 15 years, and then you got another 14 where, I mean, your life is damn near gone. So what are you going to do? Like,
right.
I can't survive without 6 figures. Like, I mean, it's just like my lifestyle, and I don't even live like an extravagant lifestyle. Like, I can't survive with a home. And hell, I don't even have a car note, what I'm saying? Like it's just the home and bills, that I gotta pay to be able to be within a good state to be able to pay my bills. And they're getting offered the lowest jobs, you know what I'm saying? Like,
$25,000 a year to $40,000 a year job.
Some people ain't even making that. Shoot, I was talking about look, I was talking to my nephew the other day, and I ain't gonna say his name, but I was talking to him the other day, and that nigga told me he was making $400 every 2 weeks. And I'm like, God damn, like nigga, I know this is name. Yeah, nigga, yes, nigga. Like, I ain't gonna talk about, like, but I'm talking to him, and I'm like, $400. I was like, $400. I was like, that don't even pay my bills. Like my bills are probably like $1,000 to $100 a month. That's just certain. I mean, that's not even.
I'm telling you, I didn't even do unemployment because all they were talking about giving $500 and some dollars a month. Yeah. I was like, oh, dog. Well, I'm sorry, $1,000 a month. It's too. Yeah,
no, it ain't no real money. I mean, don't get me wrong. It could help. But at the same time, it's just like, bro, like that's not even enough. I mean, I'll take that unemployment if I can get it. The only reason I don't get unemployment because I do contract work, so I don't even get unemployment. You know what I'm saying? So like,
the bad part about it is I quit the job that was the regular paying job, and I was working a contract job when I got it. But like I said, it wasn't gonna really do a dent anyway. So like it is. I mean,
any money can help, nigga. I'll take that little extra $600.
Man, but the work you got to do to get to it is the hard part about it, right?
Yeah, but it's a little easier. It's a little easier now than what it used to be. I mean, most of it's online. You reporting. Like, I've gotten unemployment in like 2 years ago, and I just had to like say all of the jobs that I was applying for on a weekly basis, and then but it was, like I said, it was $600 every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, that's he was making $400, and I'm like, bro, like, I was like, you got to figure this out. I ain't exposed him anything, like, because I told him this conversation. I mean, we've had this one-on-one conversation, and I was like, yo, you got to figure out what makes sense for you. Like you can entrepreneur all you want, but you got to know what you're entrepreneuring. Like you got to figure out how to get the bag. I was like $800 every 2 weeks. I mean $800 every month, and your rent is $700. It's like the math ain't mathing. You still got to eat. You still got to drive. You still got to do all of these things. And I was like, yes, be aggressive in the things that you want, but you got to write out a plan on how to do them. You know, and that's sometimes I feel like a lot of people, like even, I mean, I told you with the cert, even though I took the test today and I didn't pass it, I'm going to pass it. But, you know, like I wrote out a plan. I was like, okay, I'll study this. And I wrote out daily plan for like 2 weeks before I took the test today. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, like I was more so let down, but I was looking at the stuff. I was like, oh, this is totally different than what I was, you know, studying. So, yeah, so it wasn't like I was, you know, mad about it. It was just I studied wrong. And I actually went from 2 different sources to figure out like how to get through the cert. And I was like, well, neither one. I mean, it was good practice. I mean, I didn't do terrible, but at the same time, it was stuff on there. I was like, damn, I don't even know this word. You know, like, you know, so now I gotta, you know, made sure like I jotted some stuff down, and I'm gonna retake the test next week. And I mean, we see where it goes. But I'm saying like that, like people don't know how to plan. Like I know how to plan things out. I know how to look at, like, I don't get discouraged. I get more so pissed that I'm like, oh, I didn't do this. All right, now I got to prove you wrong. Now I got to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't no, I mean, even if I got to bust another 100, you know what I'm saying, to go ahead and retake it. I was like, yo, I got to get this now. Like, yeah, now I'm pissed. Like I could have kept, like I moved the test up. I was going to take the test on Monday. I moved it up to Saturday. Now I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm going to get this motherfucking shit. And then that shit go bump me up another 20 or 30,000. So that, I mean, that's I can put all this money. I can take the test 5 times, and I don't like, and I passed the 5th time.
And the return on investment is what it is, right?
It is
so like
crazy.
With that
20 times, you know. So
with that being said, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm gonna bring you to one of the topics that we talking about. How do you manage wealth, right? So like, yeah, the salary is there, right? How do you build wealth from the salary, right?
Wealth is tricky, right? I mean, because I mean, you could build wealth by owning. You could build wealth by, you know, putting money in certain places and stuff like that. The main thing is being able to hand it off to somebody else, and that's how I see wealth is. I mean, you could be rich and you could be wealthy. Wealthy is a whole different thing. Like LeBron is wealthy. And I mean, I'm saying one of the best players in the game, but LeBron is wealthy. J.R. Ryder is rich. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that like, you know, they got a certain amount of money, they didn't do nothing good with it, and they fucked up the bag. Like LeBron has multiple streams of income coming in on a consistent basis, and he'll always have money coming towards him. And maybe he's the extreme case, but of course there's other ones. What's his the dude that had all the Wendy's? I can't think of his name.
The guy from Milwaukee.
Yeah, he just died recently.
Did he die?
Yeah,
is that why he was in the? Oh, dang.
Yeah, he just died. Like it hasn't been no more than 6 months.
Yeah. It was between him and Vinny. That was
Vinny Johnson got like wealth.
Yeah.
You know? So yep. So it's stuff like that. Understanding how to, like, you can splurge, you can do whatever you want with your money, but at the same time, make sure that you're either investing in things or you're putting it away enough where you can get some type of return on it.
That's the point that I'm trying to get to, Sean. Like now, you got your 6-figure salary, you got your money coming in. How do you build wealth?
That's what I'm saying. Like investing, putting money away, making sure that you're not just splurging. So
let's get into the details. Are you maxing out 401k? Are you
Look, so it's tricky with 401k. I'll say this, right? Like I remember this company I was working for, they had it when they started lowering it at this point in time. But this company, I still have my 401k with them. But this company, they had a 70%, they have a 7% match on their 401k. And I was like, 7%. You know, so if I match it, that's 14%. And I'm looking at like, shoot, 15%, 14% is going cash free. I mean, tax free, put it away, go to it whenever I want to. And I mentioned this on a podcast, on an earlier podcast, but I was talking to this guy that I was interviewing with, and he was telling me how, and it kind of threw me off, but he was like, so what's your retirement plan? I was like, damn, I'm on that side of the fence, I wouldn't even, and then you got to get to that point. And granted, I started these 401ks, IRAs, and all this stuff early. So I'm not like terrible, but at the same time, I need to make sure that I'm still doing it, because a lot of people get money and they spend it. It's like, no, understand how to manage your to be able to save and yet still spend, because you don't necessarily have to.
So wait. So you went past it real quick. Save, spend, and invest. What's the difference in those three?
Save, spend, and invest.
Yes.
I mean, of course, invest is you're looking at things to figure out how to get a return on your money. Yeah. Saving is money available, anything happens, blah, 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 like money available, even if it's in your savings or whatever, however you decide to do it, banking. I don't suggest to keep money in a checking account, but you said savings, invest, and what was the last one? Oh, and spending. Yeah. And putting yourself on a budget. Understanding that you don't have to keep up with the Joneses. Like, of course, like we all like nice things and stuff like that, but like I won't. It's so funny. So I'm having this conversation with the same nephew, and he was like, yeah, I'm looking at getting 2 cars, or he said he's looking at getting a car and a motorcycle by the end of the year, and I was like, well, it's September now, or it was like the last week of September. I was like, so you got 2 months to get 2 vehicles, and you're only bringing in 400 a month, or 400 every 2 weeks.
Yeah, make it make sense.
How, like, and your rent is $700. Like, I'm trying not to be obtuse with him and just discourage him on things that he can't do. But at the same time, I was like, invest in yourself, like invest in a way to be able to get more income. Like, I've invested for myself. I've invested directly in myself, whether it's a certification, whether it's the education, anything like that. And, I can have a degree and still, like, I know somebody that has a computer science degree, and they were working at Starbucks, and I was just like, why in the fuck are you working at Starbucks? But they've accepted it. I didn't. I'm like, yo, look at this program, you're under this income bracket, you can get this federal program, you can figure out more money that way. They didn't want to do it because they were comfortable. I'm never comfortable. I don't ever want to be in a position. I want to be comfortable when I got 4 or 5 million in the bank, or if not more, and I ain't got to worry about paying my mortgage over like a couple months.
So that's the goal. So and the reason why I'm asking you now, I don't want to feel like I'm badgering the witness or whatnot, because like we talked about budgets.
You puffying me right now, nigga. No, I was fucking with you.
we talk about budgets. We talk about
Puffy's in that bitch like,
let me out. See, what y'all don't understand is I ain't taking a stand. Like, yeah, I know I'm an asshole. No. But no, so like the mix is like, so you got a budget, and like there are so many different applications and stuff now that you can create a budget with and get an understanding of. I was talking to my son's girlfriend, and she asked me. She said, I asked her. I was like, so what you gonna do? She said, well, I got to get some income first. I said, you don't have to get the income to get the budget, because you kind of get the budget to understand your income.
Yeah,
right?
Figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes it way easier. Like, yeah. Or you just go spend money frivolously, and then you go be like, oh damn, I ain't got no money. Then that kind of creates the check to check mentality.
Yeah. And so that's really what I'm talking about, because wealth is building out of that check to check mentality. So you have your high value salary. With that high value salary, that you have different vehicles in that high value vehicle. So you got 401k, you got IRAs, and those work well with the taxes, right? And then understanding those wealth to me is really understanding how you're gonna live without working, right? So you have those different vehicles. You have those different tax. I'm gonna call them tax vehicles, right? But there's also, like you said, the investment was in your education. I never looked at my education as an investment, but that's getting a cert, spend that money. That's an investment. But there are investments and if you invest in index funds, like and I tell my sister and I tell my son, I was like, look, y'all can spend all the money in the world. Just break off $20. Just break off $20 and put it in a fractional stock game, right? So I got this thing called M1, and they let you buy fractional stock. So every I used to do it every week. I was dropping 25 into one for me, 25 into one for my grandkids. $50. That's it. That has grown since I put it. I think I put maybe $3,000 into it, and it's worth like 17. Now, granted, I was in Tesla at the time, and I did really well at Tesla when it did good. So that's not normal returns. So I don't want people to think that's normal.
But it's still investment, though. I mean, however you look at it. I mean, like I told you, even with the education thing, like I go and say, well, what's the market asking for? How could I better myself within the market? So I'm like, well, let me get the PMP. I'm looking because I'm getting turned down for PMP opportunities because it's like PMP required. So I'm like, okay, let me get the PMP. I go up in that scenario I go up 40,000 with the PMP certification. You know what I'm saying? And then I go up another 30,000 with the Salesforce certifications. And it's like, so that part is where it doesn't necessarily have to be like I'm investing in those certs, but I'm investing those things to invest in me to be considered a better candidate than what's out there. Because they're finding ways to exclude you from roles. They'll say, well, you ain't got no college degree, we can't get you in, or you ain't got no degree period, we can't let you in. It's like, just imagine back to the original conversation with the felon, like, of course he didn't have a chance to get the college degree or to get a certificate. I mean, they do have the chance, but they may not have been exposed to it, whatever reason they don't have it. So it's like, well, now you're excluding them, or you're excluding people that's not even felons just because they don't know the way. You know what I'm saying? And one of the topics that you had or that we were going to talk about is the mentoring part, helping them understand, like, there's more than one way to do it. You don't have to just do it strictly this way. You could do it another way. Like this guy I'm mentoring, and I'm telling him, I was like, well, what do you want to do? How do you feel like at the age that you're at that you can achieve whatever you want to get? Is this what you really want to do? Are you doing coding just because coding sounds good?
That to me, that was the reason why I asked that question, because we just talked about it yesterday, right? So I was like, yo, he was like, yo, make it make sense. Like, you 52 years old, you want to learn how to code? Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
because you're behind the 8 ball already. like you're literally, and this is what I said, you're literally competing with the 22-year-old. Hell, you're competing with the 12 to 14-year-old at this point in time. Like they're already coding, like they're already there. So now, I mean, and I hate to say this, they learn way faster than what we learned. Like, I mean, it's 2 and 4-year-olds that was doing it's way more than what I was doing at 18.
Yeah, it's second nature to them. And that kind of brings us into the next topic. Like, but wait, before I go into that, I just want to say I'm not telling people to invest in the stock market. Don't invest in the stock market because I did. All of this is a risk. The stock market is not the only thing I invest in. I have invested in digital currency. I have invested in I've got property that I'm invested in. I've got I kind of run the gamut of different investments.
I think the main thing is research what you would like to invest in before you do it. Don't just be like, oh, well, I'm gonna invest in this just because it's the popular thing, or I'm gonna do Coinbase or any of these things that's out there. I'm just saying, look at the margin, look at what makes sense, look at the numbers. Like you have, and the one thing that bothers me the most is the fact that you have to, like, I don't like when people ask me questions that you can Google. And I'm saying that, like, Like, so what should I invest in? Look, nigga, like you got the option. Like
but
you can literally ask ChatGPT at this point in time, like, what's the best thing to invest in this week? And it could be up and down, but like you literally have the option.
They're not sponsored, so we ain't gonna. You can Google and ChatGPT are not sponsored, so like they need to be sponsored.
Nigga, Alta Vista, GeoCities, that bitch, or Ask Jeeves. I don't know, like do something.
I think a lot of the reasons why they ask people those questions instead of just asking ChatGPT is because game is game. You know what I'm saying? And if you somebody that they trust, that you can put them on the path to say, okay, well, if I was you, I would check out this, that. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to make sure I told people don't invest in, because the stock market could be a Ponzi scheme.
The thing is, when you tell them to do this, I'm gonna send you this video. This is video with Ice-T. And Ice-T is talking about taking people to the airport. And he was like, this is how you make somebody else's problem your problem. Where if you agree to take somebody if somebody asks you to pick them up from the air or take them to the airport, you take them, you get ready to take them to the airport. If you late, then they mad at you for being late. And it's like you made somebody else's problem your problem. And I say that as in, if somebody loses money and you tell them what to invest in or what you're invested in, they're gonna be like, well, shoot, listen, people, I'm saying, listen, take the advice that people provide you, but don't use that. Like, still do your own due diligence to figure out what makes sense for you, because they're gonna, dog, and it probably just matter how much they lose too. But if you tell them, hey man, if I was you, man, I just throw 25 or 50 in this, and they lose that 25, and then the sometimes within, I want to say within the black community, I would say within my mom's community and other nigga mentality communities, is that if they lose something, they're going to try to figure out how to get it back, and they're going to fight to get it back, and they're going to end up losing way more, and they're going to be like, well, Brian told me that. Then you lose 500 or 1,000 or 5,000 trying to get it back at the casino.
But that's a game. And see, here's the problem that I have. Like, because like she was saying that she was watching TikTok videos of people working with credit. Now, I have been in the credit game for a very long time. Me and credit, they made a lot of money together. Okay. Mm-hmm. But if you listen to these experts on TikTok that you don't know if they really, see, here's the thing. When people search and they looking up stuff, you don't know, like you come to me with questions, you should be able to question why I'm doing something. So if I say, yeah, I'm invested in the SPA, right? And the SPX, right? Mm-hmm. It like, why am I investing in it? Because it's an index fund and it's been tried and true. Most of the time it's up 10% a year. If I'm looking to make at least 10% a year, then I see that they have a track record of doing it. Mm-hmm. When they don't have a track record of doing it, I won't do it. You know what I'm saying? But that's the safe money bet, right? Mm-hmm. Now, what people will do is people will want to blame you for everything, right? Mm-hmm. And I was telling this story. I was like, look, a woman asks you, hey, how I look in this dress, right? You already know how the hell you look in a dress. You know what I'm saying? You know if you looking
making your problem. Making your problem my problem.
Yeah.
Like so, if I tell you like, you look kind of chubby, then you're gonna be mad. Yeah. But I'm telling you honest.
But like, if you go out the house, opinion, if you go out the house and some girls like, oh girl, you putting on a little weight. Well, hey, if you knew that, why you let me wear it? So I was like, what you ask me for?
I don't like giving advice. Look, I like giving solicited advice, and I'll say that as in, like, somebody asks me something, hey, what did you do? And I'll tell you how I did it. But like I said, one of the cats I'm mentoring, I was telling him, even from the certs and all that stuff, I was like, well, I'm working on this cert right now, you know what I'm saying? But this is one that I'm considering moving forward. But at that, I'm not going to tell you, hey, this cert is going to get you an extra $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. I was like, it's just going to get you to look. Everything else, you got to prove yourself on top of that. Like, I literally got to, even though I didn't get the cert today, I still got to go talk about this on Monday in the interview. You know what I'm saying? I still got to, I still know the stuff, but, I just didn't get that cert that day. It's not like the cert is going to define me or anything like that. But you can't get the cert and then still talk to it is a problem. Like if this isn't, don't just be getting stuff. And if that's something that you're not invested in, everything I've done cert wise, experience wise, is within my career somehow, some way. You know what I'm saying?
You told me yesterday, you was like, I don't like coding, so why would I get a coding certificate, right? So again, like it's got to make sense to you. Yep. You are adding certs to your pocket. When somebody else does it, if I add the same cert, it doesn't add the same value to me.
It doesn't get value.
So I got to take that into it. But anything that I specialize in this world, I'm gonna tell you, if you get really good at anything, you can make money. If you get really good at any specific thing, you can make money. I did not know that
I wish I could be a TikTok person or a Twitch person. I wish I'm pretty good at video games. I ain't like when I look at how good I'm at it, I'm like, I'm not as good as this dude on Twitch or these guys. Like, I can't beat Mario in less than 10 minutes. I can't. Like, it's gonna take me a smooth hour.
10 minutes. Who the heck?
Duh. I was watching one video. I'm like, God damn, he was literally running. He just running all the way to 1-2, jumped over, got to the top, went through the thing, went to boards 2, you go to 4, go to 4, got through 4 real quick, went to 5, warped to 8, all within 10 minutes. I was like, God damn.
Wow. Yeah, so, I thought, you know how long we played that?
No, and, hey, you saw that video that I sent you. Like, I didn't even it's ways to continue where you finish. Like, we were starting from the beginning.
Yeah, that's wild.
I didn't realize it was a continuation or whatever. We sitting up here just starting all over. Hoping,
I got a homeboy who a blacksmith. I was like, dog, they still got blacksmith? He was like, yeah. I make some like you come to me for your custom stuff. Like if you got rails that you got to match from 1980 or whatever, 1880 or whatever, like he matches those rails. He gets paid. He can do like he can do a couple pieces like railing. Like he does railings is what he does to get the most money. He can do 5 railings and make enough money for the whole week. When I say enough money that's $2,000.
Listen, it was a dude at my job, and he was taking a blacksmith class. I was like, nigga, what the? They pay y'all to fucking do Game of Thrones type of activities? I was like, what the fuck? Like, they got instructors that actually just focus on doing this, being a blacksmith. I was like, listen, I mean, you brought up a great, like, you could literally be doing anything in life as long as you're good at it, you can make money from it.
Yes, as long as you're good at it. If you can sew and you can sew the hell out of a shirt, you just have to you have to be confident in what you do and have faith in what you do. And like it's a million t-shirt makers or whatever, but there are some t-shirt makers that make a lot of money, and I don't know what the difference is. Like it can't be designed because they have different designs every month. But if you got it, if you got that bug, do what you best at, and the money will come.
Mm-hmm. But the difficult part about that, the hard part is, it's hard for people to do that when they don't have a source of income to support them. That's why people get these menial jobs. But this is where I feel like you need to have a strong income source to end up doing the things you want to do. Like one of the topics you have, or that we go talk about, is like, if you could be doing anything else, you know what I'm saying, what would you prefer to be doing? And like for me, I would love to be a video gamer, and all I do is play video games. But I mean, the one thing I do love is, I mean, I just so happen to find it very early, is I love DJing. So, I make pretty good money doing it, but I don't make the 6-figure income that I want to have to be able to sustain it. So like at one point in time, I was fully DJing, and that was just where all the income came from. Then it came to the point I was like, well, shoot, I need health insurance, so it's like, well, how do I, I'm not going to pay for it out of my pocket, but shit, that shit would have cost me way more than, I mean, I'm like, well, shoot, I got this knowledge up here, and I got not just strictly certifications, but I got this education. How can I leverage that to end up supporting back and forth? So now I can DJ, still make good money. I can do my regular 8 to 5 and make good money. Like I remember watching what was that show or the movie with Adam Sandler? His uncle died and gave him all the money. Mr. Deeds.
Oh, Mr. Deeds.
Yeah, he was saying how his uncle always wanted to be a DJ or radio DJ. So what he would do was, I mean, of course, he had made millions and whatever amount of money, and he would go to the radio station late at night and just be on the radio, like on the late hours when people weren't really listening to it, from like 2 to 6, and just do his own radio show of a radio place or station that he owned. And I was like, I was kind of like creative on like finding a balance of, of course you're making millions over here, but you're still doing something that you're passionate about.
So your what you would be doing if you didn't have no job is like if you didn't have to worry about a career, would be DJing?
Yep.
Every day.
Yep.
Okay, so the art form of getting people to move and packing a court or packing a court, packing a house.
I pack a few cords. Yeah, it's a few. It's way easier than what it was back in the day, but the amount of equipment that I carry with myself right now is way less. I mean, I used to carry like 2 18s, 2 15s, sometimes 4 15s, just depending on the crowd capacity. Now I just carry the two that they kick way louder than them 18s and 15s, but that's technology for you. I used to carry like 8 or 10
and
crates.
they preamp, right?
Yep.
So I got.
Yep.
Yeah,
so I used to carry like 8 to 10 crates with me everywhere I went because I couldn't have all of the music with me.
And that's why I stopped DJing, because I didn't have the room to put, like, I wasn't buying a big car to keep all, because then, like you said, you got to buy the new music, and you didn't have the repertoire of going back as far in time as you wanted to, like you can now. But yeah,
and the music wasn't cheap too. Like people don't realize how music is so less. It is not considered at the level that it was before, where we used to wait for CDs, or we used to wait. Like I remember Ain't No Future in Your Friend, that record in general, like I had to order that from London, like I had to order it from England, and I spent $35 plus shipping just to have that record, just to be able to play it, because I couldn't find it nowhere in the US in like 97 or whatever. Because
was that the single, or was that the
single?
Dang.
Yeah, single flip. One side, and the flip, it was like a reprise, and it was like the instrumental. That was it.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. But I had to get it straight from London as like a London press, or it was sent over to London, and like I couldn't find it. But I had to have it because that was one of the songs that, whenever you go into your old school set, like you'll drop that in and everybody be like, to the beach, then they just kind of vibe with it. Now it's just an MP3 on my computer.
Don't take no space up. Don't take no extra space.
Yep.
And you can see the BPMs right there. Like I would like to get back and see how it's done now, because it was so, like, the tape on the record to make sure that I can mix it.
Where you scratching, because you literally listening to the headphones to see if this matches with this beat. But I'll say this: the beautiful part about that, like, it is kind of I don't want to say it's a cheat code. It just made it easier for DJs. Like, I mean, back then, I mean, I could be that old fogey, be like, oh man, you using the BPM. I'm like, nigga, use that shit. I use the shit too. Fuck it. It makes it way easier. I ain't got to sit up here and go in my headphones all day or whatever. Like, I can bring in a record like within like 30 seconds or a minute.
Yeah, I can speed up the BPMs on this record to match. And because this Filipino dude, he be rocking it with the old school and new school stuff. I'll share some of his stuff. I was like, oh, that's what's up. I would I know what 2 jobs I would be doing. I'd be coaching and refereeing. Those would be the 2 jobs that I would do if I like. I could see making a career out of it. I don't want to ever have to be a coach or have to be a referee to make my money in life. But yeah, I think that's definitely what I would do. And it'd probably be on the lower levels. It wouldn't be like, I don't need to be in the NBA or nothing. It'd probably be high school, junior high.
Yeah. See, I would love to continue mentoring. I do like that, if I can do that full time and not have to worry about money and stuff like that. Now, I really do think that the experience that I've had within my life, it's a lot that's up here, and I probably only given away. And it's not like I hold it or anything like that, but I'm just saying, for the individuals that I talk to, I probably only given maybe 5-10% a game. But some people want the game, some people don't. Like, I mean, one, like I told you with the one, not the this nephew, but with the other nephew, I mean, I gave him so much game, and like I said, he's in prison for 30 years. You know, it's kind of like waste the game. I was like, yo, don't do this. Yo, focus on this. Yo, if you're gonna do this, then do it like this rather than this route. You know,
Man,
like
I would say that's been my lesson since in this last 6-8 months. Like, because I have tried to with my kids, even with other people, you know, give them the game, but you can't want it more than they do, right? So like,
yeah,
and right now the focus is like I let other people skew me off my course because I'm trying to look out for them and trying to show them the way forward. But
I'm cutting
man,
everybody off, nigga. Like like I didn't pass the cert, nigga. I am going to be locked the fuck down for this next week, just locked in on like on that shit. Just so I mean, it wasn't like nobody was slowing me up, but at the same time, I try not to put that on other people. But at the same time, there could be distractions where I'm like, okay, well, shoot, I'm looking at this text. Okay, now I'm responding. Or now I'm doing it. I'm like, no, I'm just really locking in. And I mean, because I get like tunnel vision. I only need to do it not once. I'm getting like multiple certs over the next course of the next 2 months. But it's like when I lock in, you can't tell me nothing. Like, I mean, of course, like I said, when I took this test, it was a little different or a lot different than what I expected it to be. So, and I had taken, you know, the test before, and I was like, wait a minute, these practice tests ain't really, and I kind of knew it a little bit, but I was like, this practice test ain't like the test because it's not like giving a scenario based questions. It's just asking me the definitions. And I can definition you to death, but I need the scenario things to make me think, you know. So
yeah.
just
So,
to pass my test.
going back to that last, going back to the mentoring thing, what do you get out of mentoring?
I like to see success or progress. It don't necessarily have to be success. I like to see progress. Like I mentioned this before on a podcast, but it was a time I had referred, you know, a few people, you know, whether it was like I think I told you I talked about it earlier, but I talked about the federal program, the WIOA program, that if you don't have any income, they'll pay for your certs, you know. And I remember referring someone to that, and I said, it's not my program. I don't make no money off of it. You know, I don't care. I just want to make sure that, hell, if they go pay for it, they go pay for your classes. Cause I never taken a class and gotten only class I've taken is I took a safety class, but then after you take the safety class, what you take, but for POPM, a product owner, product manager, like when you take the class, the test is included in it. So I had to take the test right after I took the class, but I had to pay for it out of my pocket. And I'm like, yo, like this program go pay for it for you. Why not do it? You know, they give you up to $10,000 to take a boot camp. I didn't get a boot camp for PMP. I didn't get a boot camp for any of my Salesforce stuff. I didn't get no boot camp for the CSPO certification. Like I'm giving them. I'm like, yo, if you do this, and then that person refused to do it, and I was like, okay, well, but then, mind you, 3 other people that I knew that I referred to it did it, and they all got their PMPs. Well, 2 of them got their PMPs, and 1 of them got their CAPM. And it's like I get that gratification. I was like, yo, like, because some people feel like you're the competition. I was like, yo, you're not my competition. Like, we're not applying for the same jobs. And some people automatically be like, well, you got a PMP, now we competing for the same jobs. No, because I'm not even thinking about you within the roles. I'm thinking about myself and what I need to do to make myself look that much better. Honestly, if we apply for the same job and you got it, more power to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I would like you to be in the role than neither one of us getting it. You know?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to what Jay-Z said. You know, what's better than 1 millionaire? 2, right?
Yeah.
So like,
we can all eat. We can all get money. Like, look, it's the crabs in a barrel thing that really bothers me. It's like people only feel like only I can eat, and if I'm eating, if you're trying to eat, then you're taking off my plate. And now I don't feel like that. It's like, no,
I don't subscribe to that. I mean, it's more than one way. Like, Again,
Get your
I'm gonna
money.
go back to the
Yeah.
LeBron method, right? LeBron put people in position to win. He's like, oh, you good at this, you good at this, you good at brokering deals, you good at getting media and video, and like you good at this. So he put his boys in position.
No, it's no reason why we should know who Maverick Carter is. But we know who he is because of LeBron, and LeBron has put his boys on. You know what I'm saying? That's dope.
Or Rich Paul, right?
Yeah, Rich Paul too. You know, like it's no reason why. Like, I mean, they're not successful just because of LeBron. They're successful for the position that LeBron put them in and what they were able to do with that position. You know what I'm saying? Clutch Sports is one of the biggest representatives of athletes now in the NBA. You know, so
they made a rule just for Clutch Sports.
Just for Rich Paul, yeah. Which is great. Oh, you got to have a degree and all. I was like, that's crazy to me, you know.
Yeah.
Or you got to have a degree or a certain license.
It was a degree. It was a degree, and then like I hire people with degrees, and you know what I'm saying. Like, and I have taken that road. You know what I'm saying. Like, I got people that work for me that have degrees. You know what I'm saying. So like, but at the end of the day, I think mentorship gives you the opportunity to say, like we were talking about going back home to Muskegon or whatever. One of the things why I'm stuck on Muskegon is because I was one of them kids in Muskegon that seen everybody the people that I seen get paid left and never came back. You know what I'm saying? And like, you like, dang, like it would have been nice to see how you did it, or like to adapt to how you did it, or like put me in the game like LeBron. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but so let me say this. The thing that I think is bad about that though is like, I mean, I think what you're saying is good, but when you don't have that support system that's pushing you, like think about it like playing sports and stuff like that, or even education and stuff like that. Nobody was pushing us community-wise to be the best. I mean, I think it's probably gotten better over the time, but no one was pushing us to be the best athlete. No one's pushing us to go to this college. Hell, I mean, I went to Michigan State just off of I mean, you went to GMI or Kettering or whatever, and I think you were self-driven. I mean, of course, it was, family and da-da-da-da, but when nobody's saying, self-driven. When nobody's saying, like, we was out there, like, we was out there fighting for our lives, trying to figure out our next step. So I get why some people leave, and because it's like you go back now, like say for example, if you start a restaurant or any type of business, people go be like, why he starting a business? But they go to Scripps for 40 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, or why he's starting a pizza place, or why he's starting a barbecue place. He don't. Why he doing that stuff? And it's like, damn, like why can't I just start because I'm good business with them?
But that goes back to the other part, right? That goes back to the other part. Doing what you do and believing in yourself. Like I know, like when you said, people get a job to get through. I remember it was a skateboard dude. Dude was basically homeless. He just he basically hung out there. Like he was on the AND1. AND1 had a mixtape with the skateboard kids, and he was like, man, I ain't got no. But dude was so good on the skateboard, and he was, like I said, he was couch surfing or whatever, and believed in himself so much that like he got like to like a Tony Hawk type level of it, because he always believed in himself and got a brand deal or whatever. But the same thing where when you're saying going back home and people second guess why somebody would open up a coffee shop who don't drink coffee, who like, I got vision further than most people can see, right? And when you box me in saying what I can't do, I'm a lot like my cousin. I'm a lot like my cousin, and I'm gonna show you what I can do, right? Keep telling me what I can't do, and I'll show you what I can do. And,
but so on top of that, this is, and sorry for interrupting. This is the thing. Like, the people that don't support you are going to be the biggest haters. On like, oh well, I mean, not to make it a race thing or anything like that, but only white people go there. Oh, only uppity black people go there. Like, people find reasons to discount you, and not to say that it's just within the hometown, but I just feel like a lot of like, hell, you can say the family reunion, you can say the class reunion. People gonna be like, oh, what did they go do with the money? Or, or like, where's this money going? Da da da. It's like, well, shoot, this ain't going. I mean, hell, bro, I've been hit by my mom. Like, I'm like, yo, like, what, like, really? Like, like when I'm having a family reunion, I'm trying to get everybody together and I'm busting out my pockets. I'm living in Chicago, you know what I'm saying? And you doing stuff like getting your own t-shirts made and stuff like, so it's like it's from all levels. Like it's from family, it's from friends. It's like that. Like I had a cousin that I ain't gonna say his name on the thing because he's your cousin too. But he was like, I can't afford to, pay for the family reunion. And I'm like, bro, the shirt is $25. Like, we're feeding you. I'm providing liquor.
Just say it. You can't be that broke. Just say it. You can't be that broke. You ain't got $20, bro.
I'm paying for the building.
Right. Just say it. Just say it. No, there's no reason you can't have.
Nigga, your uncle is having a fish fry. I'm giving him money to do the fish fry. You know what I'm saying? And then he's coming out of his pocket. I mean, we all try to pull it together to make sure that, nobody had to really come out their pocket. So, we just try. And I've heard family reunions been way higher than that, but we was just doing $25. You got a shirt and you got the food. You didn't have to worry about eating the whole weekend.
Yeah.
And people's like, oh, I can't do it. And I'm like, wait a minute. I see you at the bar. I see you doing these things. Like a drink probably costs you like a $10, $15.
But you know what, though, Sean?
I'm asking you $25 for the whole weekend for family.
Those people eventually become your biggest cheerleaders, right? Because I've had those people say, hey, Brian ain't gonna be shit. Oh shoot, look at what he did. Oh, that boy did this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy how I flipped and you the best thing smoking.
Sort of nigga. Like nigga, it was a nigga at every fucking event for the 30-year reunion, and that nigga said, I'm not paying directly to my face. And I was like, man, give Brian the money. Like, why is this a thing? You are literally at every event.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't gonna say the nigga name, but I'm saying you're literally Mr. Cavan is at every fucking event. And you talking about I'm not gonna pay because I just got married. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? Like shit, nigga, I drove with a motherfucker. I just had neck surgery, nigga, with a bunch of equipment. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to make sure that this shit pop. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm driving hurt. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I ain't trying to big myself up or anything like that because I do what I want to do. But at the same time, I'm sitting up here like, nigga, I could have easily just said, man, forget that. I'm just gonna chill in Atlanta because I don't feel like, burning through the money and da da da. I was like, nah, nigga, like this, like I came out my pocket to spend for this. I was like, I want it to be successful. I don't want the stuff to be, be bad. I want to spend like $150 on fucking Sunday just because we said we was gonna have hamburgers and stuff, even though we had all of the leftover food. I was like, fuck it, man. Like, let me grill some burgers and shit and we'll figure it out. So
yeah, man. But like I said, he will be your biggest supporter.
I fuck with him. I mean, he's a cool dude. But no, I'm saying, but on that money tip, bro, like we try to figure out somebody.
As soon as they put you in the newspaper, as soon as you get like they give you an award, that nigga is gonna be the first person. I know that nigga. Congratulate you. Right. Man, that's how you do. That's how you do that's when you know you made it.
Hate go hate.
That's when you know you made it. When the nigga that was just talking about you, nigga that was just saying, oh, he ain't all that. Like I don't see this or whatever. But they got to give it up to you. And, I smile.
I mean, I respect. Look, I look at it like this, right? And it's kind of like not from a Bible perspective, but just from a like, if I got it, I'm gonna give it. And I don't, like I said, I ain't gonna trip on it. It's just like the one thing that just didn't sit well with me was he's like, well, shoot, I ain't gonna pay. I was like, damn, nigga, like you could at least hit it, like if he came, I was like, man, Brian over there collecting money, pay him or whatever, and he walked that way and shit didn't happen. But what I'm saying is like, don't tell me you ain't like at least try to be sneaky about it if you ain't gonna do it. Same shit with a motherfucker talking about they ain't gonna show up. But I want to go into this because we already talked about it. But shit, if your ass wanted us to be a part of this whole shit, and then your ass ain't gonna show up to the motherfucker, like what kind of shit is that? You know what I'm saying? Like it's the people like that, like they ain't gonna like you forever. She ain't gonna never support you.
Man,
Everything you do, Brian, listen,
I still support her. I still support her group.
You could be a mayor. Fuck all that, nigga. You could be mayor. You could be running for mayor. You know what's gonna happen? You could be running against one of the biggest drug dealers in the world, and she could be like, I don't like that Brian. And he talked about me, da 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 da. And that's gonna be, and she gonna vote for him out of spite.
Man, that's all in her head. She gonna vote for me. I'm a half full person, man. She'll turn it around, man. One of these days she gonna realize what it is.
What Cardi say? I live I live rent free. I got condos in that bitch head.
Yeah,
she gonna always have that in her head about you, and you live in her head rent free, and she ain't gonna never support you.
Yeah, but it's like that with a lot of other people too. Like I didn't realize how many people you turn off by being a good person. So like you
turn off people by being honest. Yeah. And that's the crazy part. Like you being straight up. Like, nah, I ain't doing that shit. Oh, I'm gonna do it like this, or this is how it should be done, or how can we do it better? Because the way that it's being done right now is not what's up, and we get into the deadline of having to figure this out for an event. Yeah. What are you doing? Oh, now I'm the op. It's like that's all I'm saying.
You the op whenever you don't follow somebody else's instructions, right?
Yeah.
But
every time.
Again, so let me take.
That's a part of being a product manager too. Nigga. Right. I'm so many nigga ops.
Right. So with that being said, like the other thing, the last thing on our list about the topics is technology and how it affects your life. And I wanted to know, because we work with technology all the time, how technology has changed your life. We are one of those few people that went from basically almost zero technology, big TVs with big tubes, to TVs in your hand, right? Mm-hmm. So like, how has technology changed your life? And
I'll give you a prime example with me and you, right? Mm-hmm. So I remember we was trying to figure out the whole GMI stuff, and I didn't have a resume. And I remember being at your house trying to write a resume on a dot matrix computer and print it out. I remember this vividly, in the basement, trying to get this printout of a resume. It was probably a smooth 3 pages already. And I had 3 pages worth of resume shit, but I was trying, but the fact that now, like moving forward, you can have, you say we ain't getting paid for them or sponsored by them, but you can have one of these AI-driven platforms write your resume for you. Hell, I do it all the time in interviewing right now. I use it, and this is the dope part. Like a lot of people have to start doing this because I don't like people. And this is why I tell people, like, I could lead you to the well, but I can't make you drink type of people. But you say, hey, I ain't got no resume. I'm like, you can literally tell an AI, like, even if you ain't got no Word document or PDF, whatever, you can literally voice what you want in your resume and it'll format it for you and put it together for you. And that's just crazy to me because people have that ability, but they don't take advantage of it. It's like having the technology and not using it. So that's why I say when I use it, like it's funny, I'll get a set of questions. Like say for instance, this one interview that I did like a couple of weeks ago. And it was kind of cool too. I even got, I'm moving on. Actually, the interviews for tomorrow, but I was talking to the lady and she was like, she just asked me, she's like, well, I really want you into this role. So these are the questions I'm going to ask you. And then we're going to figure out from there. I was like, well, hey, I was like, can you send me those questions instead of, just saying them? I mean, because I know how to answer the questions, but I want to make sure, because she wanted to, record it and make sure that it was, made sense for the company that I was being recruited for. And making sure that it was, I had like a little heads up so we can get through it real quick. Like I just threw the questions in I threw the questions in the AI-driven platform. And I was like, and I threw my resume in there with it. And I was like, yep, edited that, changed that, da-da-da. And, when we did it, I didn't necessarily like read the script, you know what I'm saying? Like it just gave me an idea of how I need to answer the questions versus talking around it or not giving an answer. Cause sometimes you can say shit and you're trying to impress them so much within the interview process that you end up giving them, you end up giving them 40% or 60% of the answer where you could have easily said, I did this, boo, boo, boo. Like, little simple things like, I don't know, like the STAR method, right? So situation, task, actions, and result. You know what I'm saying? Like being straight to like, this is what I did. This is what I had to do to be able to get it done. This is how we ended up getting it done. This is what we did. And this is the results of what we was able to get completed. So it's just like little things like that can get you further along within society in general. It's like, it's no reason why no one should have a resume or no one should be able to, I don't know, figure out things, because you can easily use one of these AI driven platforms or just search engines to be able to find the answer. It's this website, and I'm gonna say the website because I love it to death, but it's this website. It's titled letmegooglethat.com. Let me Google that for you.com. And what it does is it takes you to Google, it puts what you said in it, then it puts an arrow, then it searches for you, then it sends you back all of the results. So if somebody asks me the question, it feels assholish, and it probably is, but I'll go ahead and send them the let me Google that link back to them so they can understand next time. Just Google that shit and don't ask me a Googleable question.
All right. The other part of the technology piece is like, we wouldn't be able to do this podcast. We wouldn't be able to save these archives as eloquently as we do. We wouldn't be able to.
And I'm gonna let you jump. And you brought up a great point. I did a podcast in 2014. I was having issues trying to figure out how to upload it, how to get my images the right size. I quit. I gave up. I said, fuck it, I'll get back to it. And it took me damn near 10 years to get that back. And now I can just do everything within like 5. I mean, I do some edits, but I can do everything within like 15 to 20 minutes in going live and all that stuff. And but go back to your point. I didn't even think about the podcast thing, but it makes it way easier, to set up. I have a podcast set up. I mean, a podcast space set up in my crib, so.
Yeah. So it's a beautiful thing. It's definitely sped a lot of things up, but it's also, those human pieces of the space that we used to have, like, I think is kind of blurred the lines in between work and not work and then driven. Like, if you're a driven person like me, you can be working basically 18 hours a day, right? Mm-hmm. I probably could say 20 and sleep 4 and be right back up at it. But that technology moves things forward, but the pieces between the technology is where I think we really, because technology is supposed to save us time, but if we're saving time to write more technology, then we kind of get into the point where we have more time to do more, to do more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's that drawback that I see. But
it's funny. I'm not gonna say what it was, but it was a situation, and this is where technology can kind of bite you in the ass. But like, I heard about like this company, the little jiggler thing, the little how you can have it jiggle your mouse.
Yeah.
Like, the technology of it, from the cybersecurity, I had heard about, a company that had to let a lot of people go because of they were using that technology. So it could be painful too. It could hurt you. Because I bought, I remember when we were talking before, and I asked you, where'd you get the little mouse thing from? Mm-hmm. And I bought one for our aunt, you know what I'm saying? But she just didn't like the way it worked. So but the thing was, there was, the people that were, using it within the company, they were plugging the USB into
the actual,
rather than just
plug
having
into a plug.
Yeah.
dumbass.
So the software, whatever they were using, got them caught up with the cybersecurity shit. So
yeah. Well, I mean, it's definitely made scams easier too. So you get a text when somebody says somebody. I just got a text from Coinbase that somebody had gotten to my Bitcoin from Canada, and I looked and I was like, oh, this ain't Coinbase. I could tell from Coinbase headquarters or whatever, but they got other numbers. But I was like, oh, it don't look right, so I called them. I said, hey, what's up? And it's like, oh yeah, we're security. We got such and such. Did you just log into? I was like, I don't even have a Coinbase account. It's like, you sure? I was like, I had one, but
nigga, I said I ain't got one, motherfucker.
I said, I don't have anything in it. Right? He said, well, how much did you? I said, I moved it to a digital wallet because I got my digital wallet, right? So I was like, I don't got nothing in my Coinbase, but if they got into it, I would like to see because I got the other digital currencies or whatever. And he was like, well, I'm head of security here. And if you just and I was like, you know what, you can't be head of security. Head of security would never answer the phone at Coinbase. It's a $35 billion company, and I'm sure head of security is not answering.
You know what's funny? I didn't even think about you saying that, but I mean, I'm thinking about it now. It's like head of security would not be talking to you.
Would not be talking to me.
That's
you trying to get somebody, grandma, whatever, who bought some Bitcoin and just was kind of worried about it. So yeah, you can get off my phone.
But listen, within technology, that's where you got to be. Like, that's why I don't really like, say for instance, my mom, I don't like her getting involved with technology to an extent, just because she would be like if she get a text, something like that, like, hey, you can earn $500 in 2 minutes. Her ass is on like, well, shit, how can I earn five? It's like a rabbit hole that she, not to say that, she's go throw. I mean, she'll ask at this point, but she was like, I'm pretty sure she's gotten scammed somehow, you know what I'm saying, and hasn't told us.
I mean, they used to do it by saying, you got a virus on your computer, and then my mom, she was like,
I still get emails for that.
Microsoft called me and they told me that I had a virus on, and I was like, really? And so they actually called me one time, and I'm all for the shits, right? I'm all for the shits. It's like, okay, oh, you got my PC got a virus on it? Which one? The Windows one. I said, okay, which one? Which Windows? The Windows, you talking Windows XP, Windows 11? I got 7 computers here. Which one is telling you about telling you it's got a virus? And who are you?
They can tell you the IP address and everything. They should be able to tell you.
Hey, but you can't tell me the IP address in my network. I only have one IP going out, right?
No, I'm saying that if they can tell you, I mean, they should be able to tell you the IP address is what I'm telling you. Yeah, but if they can't give you that information.
Yeah, that'll be for the router, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they couldn't tell. And then I was like, I'm from Microsoft. Microsoft has support that calls you? He was like, well, we work with Microsoft. I was like, okay, so Microsoft has contracted you guys out to tell me. And so I'm at the computer. What do you want me to do? Go to this in the browser. I said, go to Team Viewer in the browser. You want me to download Team Viewer? You want remote access to me because you feel like I got ain't that like pudding? Ain't that giving you keys to the castle? Mm-hmm. He was like, sir, I'm telling you, just do it and I'll show you. I was like, I don't need you to show me nothing. I want you to answer the question, right?
You like me and I love it. Like yeah, go show me. Do it. What else? What I really feed into it. I got hit up by this phone call or this text yesterday, and they were like, hey, I'm looking for David. And I was like, oh, you got the wrong number. He's like, oh, well, I apologize, but hey, it's nice to meet you.
You sound really good. You sound like a good person.
I was like, it's nice to meet you. Can you tell me what city you in? I was like, no, not really, but how's everything? But I feed into him like, hey, how's everything going? Just so I can get him to go back and forth. I remember one time on Craigslist, I was trying to find a house to rent when I lived in Ipsy or Ann Arbor, and I looked it up. And I was like, had the pictures and everything. I was like, okay, this is cool. And then, I started emailing them about it, and I email them, and they like, what they say. They said, well, yeah, you could just send over the I mean, of course, it's a bunch of back and forth, but like, hey, you could send over the deposit in the first month, and we'll send you the keys. And I was like, well, can I come see? It's like, yeah, we could schedule some time, but they would never schedule the time. So then, of course, it has the address on there. So I go to the address, and there ain't no house there, And I'd asked my coworker. I was like, "Hey, does this seem real?" She's like, "It sounds kind of iffy, So, but I literally went to the address in Ann Arbor, and it was a house here, and there was a house there, and then in the middle was where that address was at with nothing.
Gone. I mean, so I you gotta respect it, and they had some MacBooks on Twitter, and the dude was like, "Yeah, I got them for $700. Hit me." And I'm like, "Your mom, I want a deal." I was like, "That's a MacBook, okay." I was like, "Okay, he said send me $300 now. I'll send it to you, and then you can give me the other $400."
That's it. That's a wrap.
I said, "Oh, so you want me to send you the money now? Don't send it all to me. You can just send me $300. So that means we trust each other, right?"
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Nah, buddy. Where you at?"
Yeah, I almost got caught up in what you call it, pyramid schemes or whatever. Like, oh, if you do this and you sell this, you can make a lot of money. And I was like, it just don't sound, it just don't sound right. Like scammers, like something the scammer is going to say. And this, you say with the technology, they've gotten better.
Yeah.
Because I can see my mom getting scammed if she doesn't have an email address, but she uses my email address whenever, so I get the scam emails that, I'm pretty sure that she could have, like you said, you got a virus, you need to call this or or hell. I mean, I got one. I'm like, damn, these niggas in the mail. Like, nigga, I got a letter that said I had a ticket in the city. And I'm like, wait a minute, I haven't been to that. Like, I haven't been to that city in like it said I had a ticket in Chicago, and I haven't been back to Chicago. I don't know how long, like at least 2 or 3 years. And it said I had a ticket, and you just got to pay it. And I'm thinking, I was like, well, shoot, I guess I should just go ahead and pay. And then I'm like, hold on, wait.
What's that URL? Chicago.illinois.somebody.com.
.ev.com. I'm like, so it's like, I put like this. I haven't been scammed yet, but I'm hoping that it don't ever happen.
Man, they getting better because like I used to know about, because like they would say if it was $100, they'd do 100 and put the dollar sign behind it. Now all these young people do the same thing, so I'll be like, that's a wash. That used to be the Nigerian people, because I'd be like, hey, we don't do it like that, right? But yeah, it's a wash. But man, that the good old days of having to sell snake oil to you, you're like, hey, this is clearly all you up. It'll get now.
What was that? What was that? Amway back in the day, I think. I remember
Duke.
Lewis. I'm like, nigga, like this don't make any sense, bro. Like, I don't
order all your tissue from here, and then you be good. No, that tissue is like $4 more than everybody else. I just give you $1 instead of
how old were we? Like, I was being pitched young as fuck. Like, nigga, I'm trying to think how.
It was like, if you get into it early, then you good, right? Yeah.
No, but I'm saying like Lewis. I'm trying to think. Like, was he staying?
Because we went to those people's house, right?
I'm trying to think if he was staying at, like, was this is definitely
he was staying with y'all.
So this was a Leahy thing, but I'm just like, I mean, but we was junior high, if anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he graduated, like he was a senior when we were fresh or ninth grade or whatever, because we was at Bunker. But I'm like, damn, this nigga
he was 92.
90, that would be 91, right? 91,
no,
92, 92,
no.
93, 94, 94, 95. He's 91.
Yeah, so he graduated before when we was in 8th grade.
Nah, 91. It'd be because it'd be class of 90. So 91, 92, 92, 93, 93, 94. 94, 95. Oh, no, yeah, that's right? No, did I skip one? 91 to 92, 92 to 93, 93 to 94, 94 to 95. Yeah, so he's 92. Yeah. So,
because
but yeah.
because Lance was 93. I guess they had because Lance and Sean was in the same classes.
No, not Lance. Lance is Louis' brother, twin brother.
Yeah, but for some reason, him and LaShonda was in the same classes.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know if they put him.
Nah, because Lance didn't graduate. Because he got that.
No,
murder.
He went to jail before. Yeah, he didn't get no murder. He got.
But for shooting that. Yeah, well, for shooting that drug. Yeah. But for what? It's for what? $1 or $4? She tried to roll it up.
No, she was supposed to give him a 20, and she
wrote it up.
Only gave him $1, right?
Yeah,
when she came back the second time, he caught it. So it was really $40, and she get $40 was the product value, and he only had $2. So it was over $38 that he shot her, and she spit up the bullets. But she lived.
Yeah,
so people don't feel bad for her.
That's crazy though. It's just the fact that reminds me. I know you watched The Wire, but like that's literally a scene from The Wire. Like when he had the fake money or whatever, he tried to make it. Yeah, I was like, bro, he did it. They beat the shit out of Bubs.
But they killed the white boy, didn't they?
No, so the white boy got beat up because of
he passed out the money. The white boy was the one who passed out the money.
No, Bubs did it and got away with it. No, that's what it was. Bubs got away with it, and then the white boy tried to do it and got beat up. Remember, the white boy had to pee out of a bag and stuff, or had to pee in a bag and stuff like that, and then found out he had AIDS or HIV or something too.
Yeah, HIV. Yeah.
So sad story, man. But that's literally one of the greatest shows ever. But it was showing stuff graphically. It wasn't as bad as what's that shit? The
P-Valley?
Nah, the shit in jail.
Oz.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was. Oz. Yeah.
I remember one time, Moms was like, "Why are you watching this?" My mom was a prison guard. So you like this? I was like, it's interesting. It was kind of cool even though, people was getting fucked and all of the shit was going on, it was kind of like the casting was actually pretty good, from
I only watched a couple shows. I didn't watch.
I have every season on DVD.
That's wild because they was wilding in that mud. That's how I was like, yo.
The first episode was wild. But it was cast so great. Like my man, was it from Law and Order or SVU? One of the shows, whatever. That dude,
Law and Order.
Yeah, he been on there for damn near 20 years or whatever. But I never saw him the same. Hell, fucking Schillinger, the nigga from Marvel, he plays JJ Jameson from Spider-Man and shit.
Oh yeah. Oh shoot! I didn't even. Dang! Yeah. He was super young.
That dude's Omni-Man too. Shit. So it's just like, but every time I see him, I was like, yo, you was fucking Beecher in the ass. I remember one time it was a scene where Beecher was just sitting down. I think it was like maybe like the second or third episode, and this nigga got his toes on him, and then he's like doing like this. And I'm like, nigga, man, I was like, you are a method, you are a great actor, because he had me believing that he was that person.
That's terrible. And see, it's hard for me to see people in that role and be like you gay nigga.
Look, Adebisi. It's hard to see Adebisi in any other role. Like, you remember him, the dude wore the hat to the side or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, it's hard for me to not see him as Adebisi.
Well, what was Michael Williams in
Omar, yeah.
Omar gay self, dog. He was hard. He was my boy, but that nigga was too gay.
Probably had the most depth of a character on that show, but it's just like crazy.
Avon had the most depth. Avon had the most depth, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because Avon had to be everything to everybody and never really lost his cool. And even when people did, like, dog, think about it. Avon, if everybody had played by Avon rules, none of this stuff would have happened.
If they didn't play by Avon rules, they'd have been without drugs and they would have all got murdered. Avon was fucking up the game, and Stringer kept.
But that was after Stringer messed up. Like Stringer was messing up, and like Avon was like, "Yo, the product is the product. Like we'll get the product." Yeah, I think.
But Marlo was coming in, so Stringer had no choice but to put the crew together in order to go up against Marlo because they had no muscle. That's why they brought in my man, the dude from New York.
New York, yeah.
And then they ended up sicking Omar on him. You know what I'm saying? Just so they could take him out, so he wouldn't fuck up the because it was East Side and West Side.
Yeah.
So he was trying to keep that together. Yeah, he was trying to keep that together so they can have the best drugs out there, whatever. But
yeah, because but they had made the deal with Preacher. What was my man at basketball? Fat dude that was running. Wasn't he running the East Side? Man, I ain't
he's just out. Yeah, he's out. He's just out. Prop Joe.
Yeah, Prop Joe.
But Prop Joe was a part of the conglomerate that they put together so Marlo couldn't run them off of their corners.
Who was
Marlo's
behind that? Huh? Yeah, Marlo just came in as a machine. Like, I'm gonna take this over. Like, but yeah. And Stringer Bell was doing whatever he wanted to do, and we wasn't necessarily listening. And for him to see, like, if he was really second in command and like could talk to Avon, he would have got it straight. Avon was that dude.
Stringer tried to change the street game and want nobody going for it. Like he tried to make it.
He tried to elevate it.
Yeah. He tried to make it where it was like, do it like this, do it like Stringer had the business mentality, but it's just like saying, well, we got the weak product, we put different caps on it, we can still sell it, but at the same time, you can't legitimize the street game and expect, like whenever you try to,
it's flawless.
Whenever you change the game, people are going to buck back. You know what I'm saying? And that's where, he had no loyalty for him. Like even when he was trying to get Senator, what's his name? The senator trying to get him to, help him get through with all of the red tape that he was doing, what he was trying to build. Development. It was like, he tried to have I forgot his name, but Slim Charles. He tried to have Slim Charles go out and kill him. He's like, yo, and that's when Avon got home. He was like, yo, we can't have one of our street dudes killing like a mate. Like let's go bring heat on us,
Yeah.
So
he should have contracted that out to somewhere else, though. Like, yeah.
I mean, it's just like the game is it's just weird, like seeing it unfold. But I don't know, man. Like that's a hard. I like Avon. But I don't know, man. It's like, are you talking like from a street level, like who has the most? Because I like Marlo. I mean, not Marlo, but Omar was a complicated character. Like, because Omar abided by the code.
He had a code.
You know what I'm saying?
He was gay as could be, but like that didn't take away
like
from
his name. Hardness. His name rang like literally. They were like, "Here come Omar! Here comes!" Like it literally like it was.
The nigga would walk down the street with the gun. Open,
with pajamas on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's just going to go get some honey Cheerios.
He was he had more respect than Avon. I think he had the most supreme respect out of everybody in there because he had a code. He just came, it was time to collect, right? He was a robber, right? Then they killed his dude and like he lost it.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was some bullshit when the nigga jumped out of like a 4-story apartment, but other than that, I mean, it was
jump, not lowering itself down. Because I think you might be able to do it if you lower yourself down and be like, okay, like.
I mean, he could have lowered himself, went to the next apartment. If that was possible, but I'm like, okay, this nigga like literally jumped from. It had to been like at least 2 stories. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say it was 2, but I felt like it was 4. But they was like, nah, ain't no way he landed. You know what I'm saying? Like he walking around with a limp, still got the respect out there.
Yeah. So, I mean, but like I said, Avon went from jail, went to being back, and he had to pull so many strings. Even like I just look at Avon as being like he ran it, and even when people weren't doing what he asked to do, he knew he made moves to make it work. Yeah,
Avon started fucking up in the end though, and that's what got him locked back up.
Yeah. I mean,
he was still trying to like he was trying to still muscle Marlo when it didn't really, like, Marlo had, sometimes you got to understand, like, you got to relinquish the game. Not relinquish. I mean, you got to fight for it, but he didn't have the muscle to fight. Like, everything he was doing, like, Marlo was just like one time they were sitting outside the car and Marlo had, might have been Chris, I can't remember, but walked up to the car and just popped in and got shot. You know what I'm saying? And Avon was like, yeah, that's what the game is. And I'm like, bro, like,
he was stuck.
And then they got caught with all the guns. I'm like, bro, like, you literally just got out of jail or prison, whatever, off of technicality. You in here with all of these guns and all of these, and Stringer did give him up on that one though, but it's still like he was about to go to war.
Stringer wanted to run it his way, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But niggas die every day, B.
For real. Speaking of that, man, like it's like kind of like, and I know we're about to wrap up in a little bit, but how you feel about the little, like, with Dame Dash and Cam going back and forth?
Hey man, I'm all for it. Like Dame, but it's when Dame came up to the Breakfast Club and he said, speaking on another man is like this, like girl stuff. I'm a firm believer in that. But then he's doing that, and I know I know that Infamous is still the same as Famous. So like with him, like Dame don't have the respect. I don't have the respect that I used to have for Dame. Because I feel
I lost a lot.
He's trying to play 50 when he's not a 50 dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not funny. He can't pull it off. 50 Cent is the dude that can do a lot of stuff.
50 the smartest dude in the game, honestly. I mean, outside of maybe Jay-Z and stuff like that, like 50 is literally the smartest. Like, in 50, you don't want smoke with 50. You just leave it alone. Like, people say, well, 50's a bully. I was like, I have not seen one situation where 50 was just bullying somebody. Like, he might not fuck, like, it might be something with like maybe Murder Inc. that he don't fuck with them. But that history, that they got some history where like niggas died. Niggas,
I mean, they blackballed them too. Like,
they
really
so they have history. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people don't realize it's like, oh, well, he didn't feel bad about Irv Gotti dying. I was like, yo, them niggas tried to kill him.
and then still didn't want him to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. I was like, bro, like I can't say that he tried to kill him, but I can say Supreme is the one that said tried to kill him, right? And
Supreme and Irv ran together.
Yeah, not so. Supreme is on his own level, right?
Supreme was Supreme, but what I'm saying is like Irv was working with Supreme, so it's kind of like.
But he was on the music side, like he wasn't really on the street side. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like I said, I lost respect.
I fuck with 50. Like you ain't gotta like him, but shit, like that nigga, like if anybody ever go at him, he goes right back at him back, and he goes at him hard, and people don't like how hard he goes back at him.
I mean, that's but do you think Cam was inbounds for going like trying to spend money with his son to try to do him over?
But that was a whole different thing. Like, so Cam ended up coming on and talking about it, and what Cam said was Boogie called him to come on the show. That's Dame's first son, but Boogie called him to come on the show, so he was giving him money to, like, he said, like, he was like, the optics are bad because the whole situation kind of blew up, but Boogie called him to come on the show. It wasn't he reached out to him type of deal. So it's kind of like, I like that part. Like, if it was Cam doing it to him, I get it. But Boogie reached out to him and told him, like, hey, look, I wouldn't mind doing an interview on your show, but it didn't have to be associated with my pops type of stuff. So yeah, I mean, I respect that. Like, if you say, hey, you calling me, like, you want to do a show, I ain't got to get into your pops thing, but it's still good for TV,
Right. And see, like, again, Dame, he talks a lot like dang, who was that lady name that I can't I don't really vibe with?
Jaguar, right?
No,
I don't fuck with her either.
No, Candace Owens. So Candace Owens have enough good sense, and she have enough good sense. She has enough good sense and good energy. I mean, she knows business and she knows how things work good enough to to slide that bullshit in on the back end, right?
Yeah,
So
Candace is
Dame,
smart. Candace is a smart motherfucker. Like I
they
listen to her sometimes. Like I said, I don't listen to her on the regular, but I'll listen to her. I'm like, okay, she's not that far off. But she'll say something, like you said, she'll slide some shit in. You be like, hold up.
yeah. Did you know the military has a Hollywood budget?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nigga, because they make money off Hollywood too. When Hollywood want to use these planes and stuff, but I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I won't go into the Candace Owens thing. But
mm-hmm.
Dame is like that because he is like when you're a boss and you make boss moves. That's when you can. Like being a worker is one thing, but being a boss is another thing, and taking care of all the people that report to you, it's a different energy, right? But you can't be a boss if you broke.
You can't be a boss if you don't like. This is what I learned from like working with CEOs and stuff like that. Like they always show you love and they always credit the people that work with them. So they look at themselves, at least from the ones I've seen, they look at themselves not as servants, but they look at it as you guys are doing the work to make me look good. So I even see that from like even as a product manager, I'm like, I'm not doing any of the coding. I'm not doing any of the I mean, I do some QA, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, if they're not doing the development or the work that needs to be done within the sprint time, and I'm not planning it accordingly, then I look bad. You know what I'm saying? So they're essentially making me look good by doing the work that they're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I see it from thinking of a larger perspective. But the thing with Dame that, you know, that really didn't sit well with me. This was a few years ago when he did that, when he was talking about like, well, nobody, like you can't call somebody else your boss. And I'm like, well, no, like everybody has to work for somebody to understand how to be a boss. And you can't just become boss. He was like, well, I was a boss in the street. I was like, well, everybody, like, that's where a lot, like I had to learn this as a person that everybody path is not my path. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
So
yep.
I can't tell somebody do it like this and this is the outcome you're going to get. Like I did it like this, this is the outcome I got. If you want help with trying to figure out your path, then I can help you with that. I can coach you along the way.
Yeah, I can
But
show you what worked for me.
yeah,
and
but I
hopefully that
can't
can
tell you
get
that this is
that
gonna
success.
get you six
I
figures.
can't guarantee you shit.
Yeah, right.
Because I don't know how much you putting into it, so I can't
That
guarantee
part,
any much shit.
You know.
Yeah.
So, but it's always interesting, like listening to and the sad part is like Cam and Dame. Dame is a little bit older, but you know they grew up together. You know what I'm saying? So even to like I love the fact that Mace and Cam have recovered their relationship because they were going back and forth at one point in time. And I'm like, damn, like when you can have somebody like hell, Cam and Mace played on the high school team together. You know what I'm saying? This is like they got real history. You know what I'm saying? So like to see them doing the show and being great at it, like I don't know if you saw the when Adrian Broner came on their show and it was just like being just wilding and shit, talking about the co-host and talking about like, oh, you look, you know, like, and you know, they stood up for they stand up for their team. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So to see, you know what I'm saying, that dissension between Dame and Cam is kind of hard because Cam would be like, yo, I broke Dame off this because he put me on type of stuff. And you don't that connection is not there anymore.
But Cam then broke off with everybody. Jim Jones, what's the other name? Sauce. What's the other dude that was in Dipset?
Are you talking about Santana?
Jules Santana. Yeah. 50. Like
no, he's working with 50.
Now, but remember they had their little falling out.
Yeah, but you know what? All these fallouts is really over money, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean, because
money and pride is like,
again, it's the scarcity effect, right? But pride is something that you know, like they stand on it and they want to be the best. And sometimes, especially in rap, being the best means that you go at people that you think.
But you don't have to though. Like the situation, like say for instance, Jay-Z and Nas, like they were better. I mean, of course, you know, they had the Ether and take over and all of these things, but when they came back together, it worked out for both of them. You know what I'm saying? Beneficial. Like it was. But
I think that's growth, and so like I would tell you that Jay-Z 444 and all of Nas albums, like that shows you that grown men can rap and still be like still be relevant. I mean, because
There's artists making some of their best music now that they're older.
Yeah.
And it's like, like, why did y'all have to be beefing before? Like, niggas didn't make it in rap because of niggas beefing before. And that's the sad part. Like, you got Cannabis and LL. Like, Cannabis, I remember one point in time, Cannabis was the hottest dude on everything, like from mixtapes to features, just all songs. And that dude didn't drop a good album, but still, I felt like he fucked LL up on second round knockout. And just because LL, in my opinion, had the larger platform,
the machine,
yeah, the larger machine platform behind him, that Cannabis never got really the chance to become that great.
I mean, what you think about Cassidy though? I think Cassidy might have been the one, because like Cassidy got bars. It just seemed like he never ever got
it. He couldn't get over it. No, see, this is the difference. Like, I feel like say for instance, Freeway's first album, because they had the little battle and stuff like that. Like, it wasn't like a beef in the streets or anything like that. It wasn't like, even, it was just them battling back and forth. So it didn't really go that far. Freeway dropped, hell, I thought Freeway dropped like two dope albums in a row.
Yeah.
And it's like, I would have, like, me listening to Freeway on 1-900 Hustler, I was like, who is this rap? Like, this sounds weird, you know what I'm saying? But as he kept coming more and more and more, I'm like, okay, he can actually like rap, whatever. So but with Cassidy, it's like, well, I mean, because Cassidy had, Hotel, I'm a Hustler, all of the, like, he had some hot singles, but it's just, some rappers can't really, I was watching an interview. It's funny that you mentioned Cassidy. I was watching an interview with Cassidy the other day talking about, this is like not funny, but it's kind of sad, honestly. But he was talking about like when he was, he had went back to the battle rap scene, and he was like, well, yo, I ain't battling nobody unless it's for 250,000. And then he was like, well, he's like, people's coming at me for 20,000, 40,000. It's like, I ain't doing it. Like 40,000, 80,000, I ain't doing it. And he was like, and he said this himself. I'll see if I can find an interview, because random stuff be popping up in your algorithm. But he was like, yeah, he's like, yo, that's what 15 years of my life went. I was like, damn. 15 years of your life just from thinking like you overvalued yourself.
Yeah, and then you didn't think of what those could lead to. But some
nigga, people, this is battle rapping. You want $250,000?
Didn't Spreewell do the same thing? Like Spreewell said,
Spreewell talking about like he couldn't feed his children. Talking about
15 million, right? No,
it was 3 years. But it was 3 years, 28 million. I think it was. It was no more than 30, but it was no less than 25. It was somewhere in there where he was like, yeah, this ain't enough to feed my family. And he just wrote out the rest of his contract in Minnesota, and that was it. The hard part about the NBA, man, which I was actually talking to this dude earlier, and I was trying to Google, I couldn't find him, but he's one of my neighbors. And kind of find out he played in the NBA. He said he played for the Clippers for like 7 years. I was like, damn, okay. So I started looking. I still couldn't find him. But anyway, I might have been lying. I don't know. But anyway, I'm talking to him. And he was like, one of the lessons that he had to learn. This is literally earlier today. I was actually across the street because it's a house I want to buy. And he owns it, or his father owns it. And his father used to be an NFL player too. And I'm talking to him. And he was like, yeah, one of the he's like, I had two asshole moments, and I can remember one right now, but it was associated with the same thing, but he said he had two asshole moments. And one of the asshole moments was that it was a guy, Brian Oliver, used to be in the NBA.
Yeah, I remember Brian.
Yeah,
with the glasses.
So they was cool. And he was telling me how he was talking about how he was going to go play overseas. And he was like, yeah, I'd never go overseas. Like, you washed, da da da. But he said one thing that he realized was that if you go play overseas, you gonna be taken care of and all that stuff and da da da. And I was like, I mean, yeah. Like, you literally go, like, you're not making less than $500K. He was like, if you play over there, you automatically get salary increases every year. And this was like in the 90s. You automatically get salary increases every year from like 250,000. Brian Oliver went over there and played like 15 years. You know what I'm saying? So he's in the millions, you know what I'm saying, at this point in time. Well, yeah, somewhere around there. He's close to $1 million a year, not even playing. So and it's like, he's like, that was one of the asshole moments. Then he said it was another player that, kind of did the same thing. And I was like, damn, like it's cool for him to even like, see that, but at the same time, understanding like it's not all like let people do because how did I get on this topic? how did we get here?
Oh, people messing up the money. It's free will messing up the money.
Yeah. So free will messing up the money. So it was like, well, this dude got his money in over here in the U.S. and went on and got more money. And like you said, you said per diem. He's not paying for where he stays. He's not paying. Hell, the people that he was coming over to come watch him play, like they weren't paying for the club was paying for them to come over here. So it's just like, well, get the money. Shoot, what's his name? Dominique Wilkins. I was watching a thing with him. Dominique went and played for Greece. I think it was Greece. And when he left San Antonio, and he ended up coming back and playing for Boston because he wanted to be here in the U.S. But, he went over there. He's like, they took care of everything. He had to worry about nothing. They paid him like, I think it was like $5 million or something like that. And $5 million at that point in time, hell, Jordan wasn't even making $5 million at that time. So.
But Dwight said he went over there and made $100 million in 1 year, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But,
fucking Stephon Marbury got a statue, nigga. Like that nigga's in Japan or Chinese Hall of Fame.
Yeah, because he took his team to like 3 or 4 championships though. Like he went over there and rejuvenated his career and found basketball. I was happy for him because I used to be a Marbury fan until he went kind of crazy and eating Vaseline and doing the whole jumping.
I remember that weird shit. Yeah, I see. The only thing I didn't fuck with Marbury on, I remember like it's just this weird stat, but he was always getting traded for like a top tier guard, and every time he got traded, the teams that he was not leading well, or he had good stats, but the teams that when they got the other guard, they just balled out. So like, say for instance, he was traded for Jason Kidd for the Nets. And when Jason Kidd got there, they was a whole different team, and they went to 2 finals. So it's and then even when he got traded from Phoenix, Phoenix got Steve Nash. Went from literally every team he got traded from got better when he left. And I was like, damn, it was weird. It was a crazy ass, it was something, how you just be like, you put 2 and 2 together, like, damn, that's fucked up. But I mean, his numbers are justified. I mean, I think he averaged like 17 to 18 a game and like 9 assists. So outside of that Vaseline shit, I mean, he had a terrible time in New York too. But that Vaseline shit fucked him up. He was in Boston, I think, at that time. So
but man, all right, it's time to wrap it up.
Yes, sir. Well, thanks, man. Like I said, my neck is way better. I'm in a better position now. I can raise my arm without my shit hurting. Feel good to have these conversations. Like I said, I was gonna text you on Thursday, but I was glad that you was able to jump on short notice and had this conversation. And like I said, I don't want to take up too much of your Saturday, but at the same time, I want to make sure that we was able to have a converation.
Yeah, and this is a good
because it's a whole bunch of stuff. We could have talked about Nicki and Cardi. We could talk about a whole bunch of shit. But
but I do want to before we get off, Demarius Sargent. You remember him?
Yeah.
All right, dude is running a marathon. Like, he got married in Chicago, doing his thing. He's
light skinned dude, right?
Yeah, light skinned. Dude is doing great. Like I said, he got married in Chicago. He ride bikes. He rode across the lower part of Michigan, and now he is doing a marathon. And he wanted me to tell you that he's seen how your journey was, and like he got to he said he in the best shape of his life. He ran 20 miles last week.
Oh, he running in Chicago?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. He was always a cool dude. I fuck with him now. He's always a cool dude.
So he wanted to say, hey, tell Sean that I see him running. Now I'm running marathons. So like that, like, and you know how he was built. So like, him running marathons is dope as fuck. Like,
okay. So before we jump off, this is one thing I think is, and this is to what he said. Whatever you're doing in life, just try to be dope at it and try to impress. Like, I want to say impress yourself, but try to do the things that make sense for you, because other people are watching and other people can use those things as motivation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you mentioning him now, I'm so like, I hadn't heard that name. I mean, I see him on Facebook from time to time, but I hadn't heard that name in years. And he's always been like a cool dude. like I said, I said he, a little bit off
misunderstood.
yeah, misunderstood. But he's always been a cool dude, and I've always, respected him. But all that being said, just keep doing the things that you think that makes sense for you, because people are watching, and people could either use it as motivation or they could use you for hate. Very similar to what we was talking about earlier today. So
both of them should move you, right? You keep
I
doing
love
what you're doing.
I love the hate more. Like, I like the motivation, but the hate works even more. I'm like, oh, you tell me I can't do this? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna do it in your face. You're gonna be like, damn, like why he always got on, I don't know, daddy shorts or whatever they call them, older daddy shorts. Like, yeah, because I got thighs, nigga. Like, you can see my nigga, I had strong calves, nigga. I always had big calves, nigga. Like, so I'm gonna make sure them bitches show every single time I'm on this bitch, and I'm gonna run as much as I can.
The other part about this too, man, is now we're saying that we gotta run Joe and Frank off the court, because I think they said that they was killing us on the court or whatever, and I was like, I don't remember that. I don't remember y'all running us off the court. Like,
I can say this, like, in the past like 2 years, I haven't, because nigga, I was still hooping like up to like 2023, so like I'm talking about like playing like 3-4 times a week, like consistent, because that's how I always kept the weight down or whatever. So nigga, I ain't never like really lost it. So now, of course I'm not, like go be, I like the jump shot more than I like the layup, but but
hey, that's old man game, right? That's old man game. I'm still strong in the paint. I eat in the paint. That's what I do. Like, I'm going to play tomorrow, outside. You know what I'm saying? So like, but yeah, we gotta make that happen, Captain.
Love to do that. Shoot, I ain't got to shoot, and I hoop. Now I feel way better now. Nigga, like before the surgery, nigga, I could barely lift my arm. Like, that shit was literally shit. And that's what I said. The last 2 years, with the pinched nerve, I couldn't, like, every time I would do, like, if I held my head up like this, my fingers would start tingling. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was. So
see, I got that in my elbow sometime when I push it up, because it's got that, it's got the bone spurs in there. But
listen, I'm literally waiting for Dr. Clearance to tell me I can run. Like, I did a cycling class earlier today, and of course, like, that didn't impact the neck, so it's like low impact stuff like that. But shoot, I talked to the doctor October 10th. As soon as he says that, I'm back to running, I'm back to hooping, I'm doing everything. So
all right, well, I'm going back home, I think, next week. So we'll figure a way to get it out. But because when they said that, I was like, wait, for sure. Like,
wait, what they say that? What they say that? I didn't say that.
They was like, yeah, like they was like, we would kill y'all. We kill y'all on the court. I was like, you and Frank killed us on the court. What court? Because if it was Craig,
you talking about Joe Trigg?
Joe Trigg, yes. He was like, they was killing us out on the court. I don't remember that.
I mean, Joe kind of gave up on basketball. Like,
he was playing like Joe, I have played Joe. Yeah, he didn't play like in high school or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, he literally, like, it was all baseball.
Yeah, but
I mean, because you can look at him, he has a baseball shape. Like, he has baseball shape.
He played some ball. Like,
he was good at baseball. No, he's real good. Yeah. I mean, I get it, but I don't. I'm still. I mean, like I said, I'm still active. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm a beat you on endurance.
Well, I hope I can get to that, because that's where I'm at. I'm like, I can't let this can't let this go. But I still play, and I still play fives up and down.
I'll beat you on endurance. You'll be like, I remember one time this chick, and then we go drop. I remember one time this chick, she hooped for Michigan State, and I was hooping against her, and like, it was just me and her playing 1-on-1, and I'm like,
love basketball,
huh?
Love basketball.
Right.
So, for the heart?
No, it wasn't to that point, but I'm playing her. And I'm doing her. And then she, like, she getting the jump shots off and stuff like that. But the thing was, I got tired. You know what I'm saying? Like she had, because she played for the team. Like, she was literally endured to play. Was it 20-minute quarters, 40-minute? Or actually, I think
20-minute half. Yeah, back when they played.
No, but girls play quarters now, right? Or they
play quarters now, but they used to play. They used to play half.
20-minute half. Yeah, But she was endured. So she was like, I had to start like bodying her to make sure she couldn't get me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, but I'm saying all that to say, like, my endurance is still like, it's not to back then. Of course, that was 20 years ago. But like I'll make a motherfucker tired and be like, damn, this motherfucker just running around the court. So
yeah, Richard Hamilton them so they can, because we got to do that all the time. I hate guarding him, dog, because he runs everywhere. He'd be like, dog. Yeah. All right.
This dude named Rodney Page. Man, that nigga, man, like that nigga is the best shape he plays violin too, but man, that nigga will run your ass all the way around the motherfucking court all day and just get all the rebounds. And then he only like 5'8", But thank you all for listening. Thanks for jumping on. Appreciate it. Can't wait to talk to you soon again. Hopefully it's next week and we'll figure out.
Yeah, we figure out.
Yeah, make sure you like, subscribe. Reality or Not podcast, nothing new under the sun. Brian Clancy, DJ Reality, Sean. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you want us to talk about specific topics, we're willing to do that too. But all right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.